gonna fix this guy? He's fucked.
Guess we turned it up a little too high.
Sorry, man.
You're sorry. What about me? I gotta put this asshole back together.
Where am I?
Hey, who's the chick?
Look at my clothes. Who's gonna pay for the dry cleaning? I demand you return me to my office immediately.
Too late. Molecular instability zone around the spacecraft. You cannot leave.
What? Is he kidding?
Oh yeah, instability zone. You're stuck here.
But I have to be at my parents' for dinner tonight. And my gynecologist appointment is on Wednesday.
Not anymore. Would you, like a drink? Come with me. You'll feel better after a glass of fresh Bloac.
You have any diet soda?
Oh, typical robot. The first Earth chick we see in 10 years, and he's gotta make a play for.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
Have you ever been in an institution? Cells.
Cells.
Do they keep you in a cell? Cells.
Cells.
When you're not performing your duties, do they keep you in a little box? Cells.
This causes it. This causes it. This causes it. Information overload. All the electronics around you poisoning the airwaves.
You are listening to the High Tech Low Life podcast, a cyberpunk media retrospective. High Tech Low Life contains language and themes not suitable for all audiences, as well as spoilers for the content being covered. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back to the High Tech Low Life podcast with your hosts Eric and Josh, a podcast that has been described as a great example of early to mid 2020s social progressive mind programming, as demonstrated by our obsessive populist fixation on the topics of stereotypes, race, sexuality, and diversity. So thank you to that commenter for that compliment.
Yeah, I think that means we're doing a good job, right?
I don't know if it was intended that way, but it sure sounds good to me, so...
Yeah. That guy should maybe just stop listening?
Yeah,
I mean,
just
you know, I don't know.
You don't gotta listen.
Yeah.
I know, we shouldn't be giving our energy to the negative comments, but god damn it, it's endlessly amusing how all of their insults make me feel like we're doing the right thing.
Yeah, it's that whole... It's like every third negative press release out of the Trump administration where I'm like, yeah, don't threaten me with a good time. Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
You're saying that like our senator this last week put out a thing saying that Chuck Schumer wants to defund the police and open the borders. And I don't remember what else. There were like 4 or 5 different things. I was like, well, you're making him sound a hell of a lot cooler than he actually is. I mean, I can only dream.
If only the Democrats were half the leftists that the Republicans claim them to be, the world would be a much better place.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're back. This week we're covering the movie Heavy Metal.
Metal Hurlant.
A fine film for the discerning higher brow people among us.
Yes.
Can't wait to get into it. But first we're going to do our usual stuff. So, you know, if you're new here, because you're like had to hear somebody talk about the movie Heavy Metal, we're a podcast about dystopias. So we like to talk about the modern dystopia we live in because it's relevant.
Yes, we do.
I feel like maybe we should say that out front more often so people know why we talk about the news when they just jump in the middle. Because it's relevant to the concept of the podcast.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't have occurred to me that it was at all unclear, but yeah, I don't think laying it out right at the beginning is a bad idea. Just because, yeah, maybe people do show up and expect that within 2 minutes we're going to be talking about the 59 Corvette entering the atmosphere.
We're going to talk about it. So the main, I'm sorry, when we started podcasting 11 years ago, we we were doing a Dawson's Creek podcast. I know it's a shock to many of you, but one of our brothers, I would almost dare to say, passed away this week, and it's dominated all of my feeds, and it's dominated much of my brain.
Yeah.
For the last 5-6 days since it's happened. And so we have to talk about the passing of James Van Der Beek. And it does relate to this because there is a dystopic element to his unfortunate passing.
Yeah, there
and
really
we've talked
is.
about it before, honestly.
Yeah. If you were not in the know, and if your feeds are anything like mine, there's no way you couldn't be. But if your feeds are anything like mine, what the fuck, man?
You're a depraved individual.
Seriously, you need to get help. I mean, I
Josh needs to get help.
We need to get help.
Yes.
But yeah, James Van Der Beek, the titular Dawson of Dawson's Creek, died on, was that Tuesday, I think?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, Tuesday of colon cancer, which he had announced he had in 2024.
November,
Yeah. And yeah, it's bad fucking times.
Yeah, the main dystopian angle is that over the last couple of months, he's been selling off memorabilia of his acting career to help fund his treatments. And Josh and I have speculated that maybe it wasn't to fund his treatments, but more to set up his family after he was gone.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I think that speculation might have proven to be correct.
Yeah.
Because I don't know much about how residuals work, but I'm guessing they stop when the receiver dies, right?
Oh, he gets no zids from the creek.
He doesn't?
No.
Why not?
Nobody does. Well, somebody might have made that deal because what we refer to as residuals are a part of network television contracts. The WB was not a network.
I thought it was because
nah.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah, the WB shows, like all of the way the WB structured things, because it came from cable, was basically the shows were built as syndication type programs. So, unless other people on the show's agents were, really on the ball. The way syndicated shows typically work, original run syndicated shows typically work, is that you get a payment up front and no zids, the same way as like Netflix does.
So it's not like a Seinfeld deal.
No, it's really not. It's they had deals much closer to modern television than
ahead of the curve.
Yeah, in a bad way.
Yeah, that sucks. Whatever the case, I'm sure it dries up when the actor dies. It doesn't go to their next of kin. So,
sometimes it does. It depends. Some contracts are set up to be sort of like until death or 20 years, whichever comes later.
Okay.
That type of thing.
That would be cool. Nevertheless, the point remains that his wife and 5 children are struggling. Six children? Okay.
I think 6.
Maybe that was a mistake in retrospect, but now's not the time to talk about that.
Well, James fucking and he hates rubbers. What do you want?
What do you want? They're struggling and that sucks. And like famous people have come out to pledge money, like Spielberg pledged her $25,000, which that's cool and all, but $25,000 is diddly fuck, frankly. It won't get him through a year, and Spielberg has a lot more than 25,000. And it's just like when extremely wealthy people donate sums that seem large to normal people, but then when you think about it, they're actually it's like me giving her $100.
Yeah,
and like I don't know, why don't you give her more, Spielberg? You got the AI money.
I think, the AI money. I'm just rolling in, man.
Yeah.
Just, I can't.
I think he got the HTLL bump.
I can't turn a corner without seeing AI merch on every shelf.
They love Haley Joel Osment, man.
Yeah.
And Teddy, it was everything they'd hoped it'd be.
I mean, that Gigolo Joe Lego set, just all over the place. I do think in specific regard to, the Spielberg thing, I don't think that was public until I think I can't remember who it was. I must have been James's wife or somebody like announced, oh yeah, Spielberg gave us this. It wasn't like Steven Spielberg sends a giant publisher's clearinghouse check with a camera crew.
Love to get one of those. It'd make the check more valuable, honestly.
You'd think so, yeah. Just carry that into your local fucking Bank of America branch.
This is from the guy who made E.T. Any rate, everything I've seen is that like James Van Der Beek, despite the thing about the character of Dawson, if you haven't seen the show, is that he's the main character. Sure, he's also kind of hateable in the way they wrote him.
Yeah,
frequently, and he gets a lot of shit from the fandom sometimes. And God damn it, James Van Der Beek took that like about as perfect as you can. Like he was the best job of embracing this character that made him famous, while also making fun of it like the perfect amount, so that it doesn't piss off the people who loved it. Like he really fucking nailed it.
Yeah, I think he had a couple of years there immediately following the show going off the air where he was a little resentful of it, and then it turned around on him, within a couple of years where he was like, fuck it, man. I mean, I can still do good acting, but also I don't need to be a dick, when I see people post the crying face meme.
Yeah. In fact, he embraced it and released his own set of memes, which are still out there on the internet.
They really are. Vanderweek. It was a beautiful time. And if anybody has any at all interest in it, I think my second favorite thing of his is currently on, maybe it's Peacock or Hulu. Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23, where he plays James Van Der Beek.
Yeah.
And it is a brilliant, 2 seasons, 2 short seasons because the writers strike. A great show, incredibly funny, and he is just gold.
I feel like a little ahead of its time. Like it was a little too meta. If it came out now, I bet it would be a hit. You know what I mean? Like we were just not in that place comedically yet, and I think it came out a little too early.
We were. Society was not.
Yeah. I mean, the nerds who are into that stuff are, but yeah. And then also don't sleep on Rules of Attraction, man. That movie's fantastic. Van Der Beek was in some good shit. I never saw What Would Diplo Do. I heard it was actually really funny.
It was another one that there were only 5 episodes. He wrote most of them and starred and produced it. And it is shockingly, like, the premise is absurd because he's playing a guy he knows who's a giant DJ.
Yeah.
And is portrayed as an idiot.
Yeah. Be like if I wrote a show called What Would Josh Do? And I'm just a big dumbass running around.
Yeah, exactly. But it was like shockingly funny. I think it might have been the only ever scripted Viceland television project.
Wow.
First and last. But yeah, that's also good. You can find that. I think maybe the whole thing's up on like archive.org or something like that.
This is also, I guess, one of those situations where we'd say, please don't pirate it, pay it, and help his family keep their house, I guess.
Yeah, although, it seems like I think I saw that the GoFundMe had that one of her friends set up had passed $2 million. So
that's good. It's one of those things like with all the hardship in the world, I have a hard time promoting the GoFundMe of an actor's family, even if I love that actor, because there is a lot of people struggling out there right now and a lot of people need money. And I don't know if that's the best place to put yours, but also I want them to do well. So it's tough. Like the world shouldn't be like this. We have enough money that it doesn't have to be like this.
Yeah, they shouldn't have had to burn through all of their money on cancer treatments.
Exactly.
We are a failed state.
We are. No, you're right. That's the fucking bottom line.
That's the dystope, baby.
R.I.P. Too good for this world, James Van Der Beek.
Yeah.
And we will be doing a Creek of the Week soon.
Yeah.
We have to. It's been a bad week, even beyond that. It's been sick as fuck.
Yeah.
So look for that soon, I hope.
Yeah.
All right. We just did a bunch of recommendos. Do we want to do any others?
I have a couple of things I'll just mention because they're kind of fresh.
Toss them out.
I watched Marty Supreme.
Oh, cool. Good.
It was good. I didn't, I think it's one of those movies where I watch it and I recognize that every aspect of it is good. And it's just not a movie that I like very much. And I'm like, maybe in 5 years I'll come back to it and kind of change my mind. But yeah, good movie.
Okay. I have nothing to add. I don't know the first thing about what it's about other than that it has Timothée Chalamet in it.
He plays ping pong in the 1950s.
See, that's the last thing I would have expected you to say.
Yeah, it's and also a guy from Shark Tank who is apparently a Canadian Trumper is the villain? Quote marks.
Cool.
Yeah. It was a big deal when the movie came out and a bunch of people were like real angry about it. Like, well, how could they do this? And I was like, I've never seen this person a day in my life. No idea who he is. Didn't just not a thing for me.
You're not up on your Canadian Trumper lore?
Apparently not. He also ran over somebody in a boat and killed him.
That sucks. That's not a nice thing to do at all.
No, it's not. I also watched a TV show, I believe it is on Netflix, called How to Get to Heaven from Belfast. And this is the new show from Lisa McGee, the lady who created My Beloved Dairy Girls.
Mm-hmm.
And it is real good. It's like 8 episodes. It's got Dairy Girls vibes, even though just the way characters talk and conversations go. But it's a set right now, kind of a murder mystery type thing. Real good. I liked it quite a bit.
All right, I need to check that out because I like Dairy Girls.
Yeah, it's me and Chris and I were talking about it on the Discord like yesterday.
Yeah, I saw and I avoided it because I don't want to be spoiled. I wish I had anything to add, but I have not been watching anything except for my Instagram feed of depression.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about heavy metal.
We will call it heavy metal. Heavy metal noise. Okay, so
1981. I'll bring this up on sorry about that. I'll bring this up on IMDb real quick so I can look at who's in it.
Good idea. Yes, it is a 1981 Canadian adult animated science fantasy anthology film, according to the first sentence of the Wikipedia. And
all right. I've been waiting for this, Josh. Go ahead.
I'm pretty sure it is the tittiest film we have seen on this program.
Oh, absolutely. I can't think of it.
I can't think of anything that's even vaguely in competition with it.
Ghost in the Shell had quite a few titties, but not as gratuitous.
No, certainly not.
This movie isn't great, but it's also not a bad time to watch.
Yeah. I think
is that fair?
Yeah, I think that is exactly, yeah. I mean, this movie is almost custom built for a, now disappearing landscape of movie theaters that show a weird movie at midnight every Saturday.
Yeah.
This is a great time in terms of that.
If you are a modern woman, maybe there's not much here for you.
Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they just find Harry Canyon super attractive.
My wife was just kind of confused the whole time.
Understandable.
She'd never seen it nor heard of it.
Really? I guess, yeah, it's not one that, I was actually thinking about it last night when I was doing my notes watch through. Like, you watch it and you go, this kind of looks like shit.
It does.
And it doesn't sound great. And you think, somebody should really remaster this. But remastering it would just be like literally remaking it frame for frame. There's no, like, this movie looked like crap when it came out. you know?
Except for, I mean, with the final vignette or whatever you want to call it was pretty high quality animation. Like,
oh yeah, I mean, it definitely has peaks and valleys.
Yeah.
But like overall, just the animation quality, like regardless of the drawings themselves, just the animation quality through pretty much the whole thing is kind of clunky. You can see a lot of kind of the rotoscope lines that are not left in intentionally as an artistic statement. They just kind of slopped it out.
To be fair, we have been a little bit blessed with the animation we've covered on this show. Like we've only had like one anime that was pretty crap, and even it makes the animation this look pretty bad. So
and also I don't know how much this might or might not have to do with it. It was initially intended for a Christmas release in 1981, and then in like spring of 81, at some point, the studio executives said, "Wait, not Christmas. Put it out in the summer." So they had to rush to finish stuff. Like there was originally a totally different framing device involving a carousel or something. I guess you can find one of the DVD or Blu-ray versions has like concept art for it, but it got like halfway done and they scrapped it because they were in a rush.
On the topic of different versions, can we talk music for a second?
Absolutely.
Because I felt like I was losing my goddamn mind watching this. It's not the movie I remember, and I don't know if I remembered it wrong or if it's been different, but I swear a lot of the music is not the music on the version I watched, which granted, I haven't watched it since the 90s probably.
Yeah.
But there was a point there where it got a little bit of heavy rotation because there were some lines on it that immediately
absolutely.
popped to mind.
Yeah.
So
stupid asshole.
Yeah. In that case, I choose death. That line was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But the music did not sync up in my brain with what was happening, with the exception of a few songs. So I don't know. I felt like I was taking crazy pills. Do you have any info on that?
Oh, yes, I do. Okay. So the story begins.
Okay.
Well, actually, number one, there are like 5 slightly different versions of this movie, depending on what music is in it.
Okay.
So this begins with a guy named Irving Azoff. And Irving Azoff is a relatively very famous
Sounds familiar.
rock music manager. And he started out like, I don't know, promoting and running rock venues in California. And then he moved into doing some movie stuff in the late 70s, early 80s. He was one of the producers on Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And he is kind of the guy who gets this movie off the ground. And part of the way he does that is he says, hey, all these rock bands I manage, I'm going to get them on the fucking soundtrack.
Oh.
And then we'll be able to sell the soundtrack. So
solid idea.
Yeah. So the trouble comes in when down the line, it turns out that, yes, he got all these rock bands to be on the soundtrack to the movie and on the soundtrack album. But he did not bother to put in the contracts anything about, home video release or future releases. There was also some issues with international releases, like some bands didn't he didn't write up full in-depth contracts for this. So like this, the soundtrack to this movie wasn't available on CD until like 1995 because
that was the whole point of making it.
Yeah, but it was on vinyl. and cassette.
Oh, vinyl.
But there were no clauses about future media, which,
Oh, wow.
I mean, like, it was like, it's deeply incompetent for
Yeah.
a guy who is a fucking blood-sucking leech music manager.
Yeah.
whose business is to do horrible contracts and rip people off.
Do you think there was cocaine involved?
I think, yes, there was a lot of cocaine involved.
In every aspect of this film, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Including on screen.
Yes.
Yeah, Azoff is a real guy who I think he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, in terms of management and stuff like that. He was the manager for the Eagles for a million years. He's also the guy
band we famously love.
The guy who kind of broke up the Eagles because he was telling, guess who, a guy who's on this soundtrack. I don't know. Which Eagle is on here?
I know, but
Don Felder.
Don Felder, yes.
Yeah, he's the guy who told Don Felder, "You're the one, man."
And he was, as it turns out, most famous Eagle.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, he's he managed like every band on this soundtrack just about, or took kickoffs. So that is why there are different versions of this, because certain songs weren't cleared to go on VHS. Certain songs weren't cleared to be on a DVD release.
Wow, that's so frustrating.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you can it's kind of understandable when you see a TV show from the 80s or 90s where...
Famously, Dawson's Creek had this similar problem, yeah.
Yeah, TV shows weren't getting put on VHS, so you didn't sell them at home, so nobody bothered to write that into the contracts. And, I mean, so it can be a real problem. But movies have been forever. I mean, since sound began, just about, have been, putting clauses in like, for perpetual usage in this context.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it hurt the experience for me because I actually sat down and it's so weird because I remember the Don Felder song, the heavy, I forget what it's called, the main. It's not called heavy metal, but it's in the.
I think a parenthetical is heavy metal. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that being the intro as the Corvette is coming down out of space.
Yeah.
And I say what you will about the Eagles. I like that song a lot. And I think it fits an astronaut flying a Chevy Corvette through the atmosphere. Honestly, one of my favorite credit sequences of all times in movies. And I sat down with my wife and said, this is one of the best intros of all time. And then the
song is called Heavy Metal Taking a Ride.
That's it. That's it. The South Park parodied it. It's an iconic intro. And then I sat down and it's this Radar Rider song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, am I losing my fucking mind? And then I look around on the internet and pretty much everybody is talking about the Radar Rider song like it never had the Taking a Ride song. And now I'm second guessing myself, but I probably saw it on VHS where it probably was Taking a Ride.
Yes. It was on... it was the Don Felder song on the commonly available VHS, which was like the, 1996-ish, like the 15th anniversary. Mm-hmm. They remastered it for THX. I remember real specifically.
It's almost certainly the one we had.
Yeah. I remember real specifically it has, the fucking Tarna on her weird bird pterodactyl thing, and then the background of, rather than being, skies or something, it's just silver.
Silver, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and it was on that. So, yeah.
Do you know what it was theatrically?
Theatrically, it was Don Felder. Then, the mid-80s VHS was this fucking Riggs song. And then, I think the THX version was the Don Felder song. Then DVD, I think, was Riggs.
Okay,
again.
And that most of the YouTube versions of it is Riggs, but there is one I found that was the Don Felder. It's It's confusing, and it fucks with you when you have heavy nostalgia for something and then find out that that's been wiped away.
Ripped apart. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's real weird. Just a side note, Riggs, shockingly, was managed by Irving Azoff.
What?
In the 1980s. And he was in, let's see, a Nashville rock band called Lynx. Lynx. Yeah.
Great.
Cool times. Then he began working with Canadian rocker Pat Travers and joined the Pat Travers Band. Huh?
Wow.
Yeah. And he's also a guitarist with 38 Special, like today.
Sounds like a guy would be pretty cheap to license the rights from his music compared to an Eagle.
But I will say, the final paragraph of his Wikipedia page starts off good. Riggs left Travers Group in 1993 and lives in Florida, where he plays with various supergroups.
Okay.
All right.
Various supergroups.
Yep. Sure.
Oh, Riggs is all over this thing because whenever they couldn't get the rights to a song, they just said, have Riggs do it.
Yep. That is pretty much it.
And Riggs sounds like a Timu version of Sammy Hagar or the Eagles or Cheap Trick or whatever the fuck you're trying to supplement him for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But good for him for getting that back.
Yeah, I mean, given that his manager was Irving Azoff, I doubt he got much of a bag, but...
Yeah.
So, this movie is, as mentioned, an anthology. And the first one is kind of the coolest. It's also the shortest because it's like 3 minutes.
I went back and forth on which I liked the most, but we'll keep going.
They're like a number of them have things that strongly recommend.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first one's
good.
like fucking space.
I mean, the first one's the only cyberpunk one. Let's be real.
No, I meant the intro.
Oh, okay.
With,
Oh, yeah. My bad. I'm way ahead of you.
Yeah. So we're in space. A space shuttle flies over. A fucking 59 Corvette drops out of a hatch on the bottom with an astronaut driving it.
It's fucking iconic. I love it so much.
It absolutely rules, and it's just all this rotoscoped fucking. I mean, it's one of the places where the lack of quality works for it.
Yes.
Like it feels so. And we've discussed this word before. This feels so authentic. This is just like, yeah, this is absolutely something a coked out of his brain asshole came up with in 1980.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Let's have an astronaut flying a Corvette through space, man. And what's a cool band? The Eagles. Or Riggs, I guess.
Yeah. Or Riggs.
Find the original version if you're watching this for the first time. It's so much better. Even the South Park version is better than the Riggs version.
Yeah. So, he parachutes down to the ground, drives up to a farmhouse, goes inside. He has his, I assume, daughter.
The credits are scrolling by while this is happening. By the way. It is a credit sequence.
Yeah. His daughter's there, and she says, "What'd you bring me?" And he says, basically, check this out, and opens up this cool case. And then there is a green glowing fucking orb in it, and he disintegrates.
Whoops.
I have never typed the word disintegrates more than I have in my notes for this.
Got it now.
And I mean, I have typed the word disintegrate way more than most people. Like, it comes up in archaeology all the time.
That's true, yeah.
This is, the word disintegrate pops up a bunch. So then the ball rolls towards the girl. And begins monologuing.
The voice of the ball is good as hell. Who is the voice of the ball?
That is a good question. I don't remember if I noted who voiced Lochnar.
I'm looking, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, there's somebody who voiced Whore, and there's another person who voiced Whore. That's cool.
One of the women who voiced Whore also voiced Queen.
Oh, goodness.
So
yeah, there's definitely some crossover voices.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not seeing Lochnar.
Let's see. Percy Rodriguez, uncredited as Lochnar. Oh, I have seen this dude. What have I seen him in?
Should have got credited.
Yeah, he should have. Oh, apparently he was on a bunch of TV in the 60s and 70s.
Really deep voice that sounds familiar, yet also menacing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he was also the opening narration for Michael Jackson's science fiction musical, Captain EO.
Ooh, wonderful.
Oh, he did a bunch of trailer voices, too.
That's probably where it is. Then. Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh my God, every one of these. The Star Wars re-release in 97.
Oh, man.
Like, fucking, Jesus Christ, like, Spaceballs, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Coming to America. Good God, he was the
His
voice
was
of,
everywhere, let's put it that way.
Yeah, no shit. Fucking Gremlins 2, Wayne's World. Man. Okay. Back to this. So it monologues about how it's evil. It's like all the evil in the universe. And the girl's like, ah! And then we cut to an alien world where Veteran of the Psychic Wars by Blue Oyster Cult is playing.
Yeah.
Which that song connects back to, is that last week? The AI episode, because Michael Moorcock, who wrote the Robin Hood version that is mentioned in that, or that is seen in AI, was writing songs for Blue Oyster Cult at the time.
Wow.
And has a writing credit.
What a connection.
Veteran of the Psychic Wars. And then an archaeologist and some aliens excavate the Loch Nar with a big, I don't know, front end loader or something.
Yeah. It's like a triple, scooper thing.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard to describe a lot of the animation in this because I can't describe it as anything other than heavy metal-esque.
Yeah. I guess we never mentioned, if you're completely unaware, but this movie is kind of spun off of a magazine / comic book
Yes,
thing.
it is a magazine comic digest in the model of, well, it actually predates, I'm certain it predates 2000 AD in the UK, but it's a magazine called in the US and Britain Heavy Metal, and its original title in French is Metal Hurlant.
It's like a adult sci-fi version of Mad Magazine, kind of, right?
Yeah, I think that's actually a really good way to put it. Lots of weird, sometimes a single page comic, other times there'll be 20 pages released every other issue for like years.
Some really good shit in it. Like,
yeah,
if you have the patience to go back through it.
Yeah, Mobius is very famous for his work in there, and we mention him. He comes up a bunch in both this and also The Fifth Element. I mentioned Mobius a bunch in terms of like city design and stuff like that, because The Fifth Element is basically like this might as well be a heavy metal movie.
Also, when you're like a 15-year-old, you can come home with it, and your mom just thinks it's a comic book, and she doesn't know that it's basically porn.
Full of titties and pubes.
Yeah. And butts.
And butts, yes. Also, sometimes hanging dick.
Sometimes some dong.
Yeah. So then we cut to New York City. It's a cyberpunk New York. And you immediately say, oh, too soon.
Is there for the Twin Towers there?
Hell yes. Yeah. Yep. It's in the opening shot.
Not that prescient.
And we get a good hard-boiled noir voiceover.
Oh, you love
it. From the main character, Harry Canyon, who's a cabbie. New York, scum center of the world. And now they're even talking about letting lowlives from other planets in. And he, it's just fun noir cyberpunk bullshit.
Yeah, it's also basically the first quarter of The Fifth Element. Yeah.
A guy attempts to jack him, but fortunately his cab has a disintegrator built into the back seat. So
Chekhov's cab disintegrator.
Yeah, exactly. And there's all sorts of fun stuff. Like this guy wanted to go to the UN building, and the voiceover's like, UN building, what a joke. They're all dump apartments now.
Yeah. I think he said public housing, to which my wife said, hey, at least they got public housing.
That's true. And this is the point at which when he picks up the punk who tried to jack his gun and tosses it in the glove compartment.
Full of guns.
Yeah, full of guns and grenades. He says, "Stupid asshole," which is a delivery that lives in my brain.
Yeah.
So he's outside the museum. We see a sign, a big banner hanging that says Lochnar on display, whatever dates. And then a girl and a man run out, and the guy gets shot in the back, and the girl runs away, and they're being pursued by these weird alien criminals. Like, you know.
This is where I first noticed, the animation's not good in this movie. When she's running down the steps, it's terrible.
Yeah, I think they were working fast and cheap.
That's not to say the art is bad. Like, as a concept, the art is very cool, but the animation is horrific.
It needs more frames a lot of the time.
A lot of frames.
Yeah. So, yeah, the lady gets into the cab, and she says, they're trying to find the Lochnar that my dad found, but he has it hidden, and they're going to kill me next. And then she passes out, and you see her panties. And
right
you're
up
like,
the skirt.
Oh, yeah.
That's the kind of film we're dealing with.
Yes, it is. So we go to the cop station, and we see an alien getting taken, and
he's an illegal alien, you get it?
Yeah, he's a goddamn illegal aliens.
Not such a hot button
times.
joke in 1981, I guess.
Yeah, it really wasn't. And John Candy voices a cop.
John Candy does a lot of voices.
John Candy, I think, might be the voice that appears the most in this.
I think so.
Or at least maybe it might just be that John Candy has the most memorable voice to me, because I can always hear him in the backgrounds, in crowd scenes.
Yeah.
But he says, basically, Harry says, there's been a murder, and John Candy's like, yeah, well, what's new? Costs $1,000 a day to investigate.
Pretty good.
And
cyberpunk dystopia shit.
Yeah. And then Harry's like, fuck you. So we go to Harry's apartment with the girl, and then Journey plays.
That was the original song. That's the first one I'm like, okay, I remember this happening.
Yeah. Is that one Open Arms?
Yeah.
Is that the name of that one? Yeah. It's great.
That's what threw me off more than anything, is that some of the songs were original, and I just, it felt like a fever dream, which I've had no shortage of this last week.
Yeah, that's understandable. Oh yeah, there was apparently also a Stevie Nicks song in this segment, and of course a Riggs song in this segment.
Riggs.
Yeah. So she's like, hey, can I get into bed with you? And he's like, yeah. And then you see her tits. And he talks about how good he is at fucking her.
What's the line? She's really going for broke. That's the delivery that's stuck in my mind.
Yeah, it's good. And then Harry wakes up the next morning, and the cops are there, and the girl's gone. And he goes to get in his cab. The cops are like, hey, if you see that girl, you got to tell us, whatever. So he goes to get in his cab, and then the criminals are there, and they want to buy the Lochnar. They aren't trying to kill her. They just want to buy the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And it's at this point in the background you see that Jaws 7 is in theaters right now.
So I think that Back to the Future 2 ripped off heavy metal.
Yeah.
There's a chalk up for the influence meter.
Yeah, sure. And a little drone flies up to the cab as he's driving away and says to meet the girl at the Statue of Liberty. So
the drone is cool in a world before cell phones. That's how you instantly deliver messages. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's a little car chase where he shoots the criminals with his car guns and gets away from the tail that's on him. So he goes to the Statue of Liberty. She's got the Lochnar. It's in the same kind of, it's in a different case from earlier, but same basic setup where it's all shielded and stuff. And says, she's made a deal for 300,000 krona dollars. And he says, I'll help you for half.
Yeah.
So they're going to do it. They go to the Brooklyn Bridge, and the trade goes off without a hitch. Really, she walks. He's like, I'll cover you from here in the cab. And you expect, there's going to be a double cross. But no, she walks. She sets the case down.
No time for that. We got more shorts to get to.
Takes a case of money from the big criminal guy, walks back to the car, They drive away. Criminal guy opens the case, and you guessed it,
Disintegrates. Not the last disintegrates from this short.
Nope. Nope, it is not. And then the girl tries to rip off Harry for all the money because she's been having second thoughts. Maybe she'd like to take all of it. And he disintegrates her with Chekhov's cab disintegrator.
Yep. You knew it was going to be used again. And he gets all the money. He does seem sad. He doesn't want to disintegrate her. He gives her a final chance. He's like, are you sure this is what you want? And she says yes, and he has no choice.
She was pretty but dumb. Just a little greedy. I chalked it up as a 2-day ride with a handsome tip. And then it's over. And it's the most cyberpunk thing by a million miles in
It's
this.
the only cyberpunk thing in this whole thing. Speaking of the cyberpunk, the minions that are the bad, let's just talk about the bad guys real quick, because one of them has like a cyber eye and is like bald. I'm trying to remember him. The main guy is this weird, I think he's an alien. Is he a Venusian? Is that what they're implying?
I believe he's supposed to be a Venusian.
Because he looks kind of like a orc dude with like his skin is all melty. I don't even know how to describe it. And then
he kind of looks like Sidney Greenstreet.
Okay.
But like an ugly Sidney Greenstreet. Like he's, big, like if you imagine a noir film, your big fat evil protagonist.
Yeah. And then there's another dude that's just in a helmet. I guess that's his whole thing. I don't know. I liked the bad guys. They looked pretty cyberpunk.
Even though the animation sucks, the art throughout this segment is very cool and cyberpunk. And
yeah, it's a very solid segment that obviously was solid enough to inspire fucking Fifth Element.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually meant to look up. This might have been originally a short in heavy metal, because some of these are adaptations of comics from heavy metal. Others are just entirely new things. Like I think the B-17 one is new. Oh yes, okay. So Harry Canyon is based on The Long Tomorrow by Mobius. Okay,
interesting.
Oh, and it was apparently set in 2031.
Ooh, coming up.
Yeah,
6 years
soon.
from now.
I gotta
Call
get
that
fucking
Harry Canyon week or year.
Gotta get them Twin Towers rebuilt, man.
Yeah, hustle, chop, chop.
Yeah. So we go back to the house, and the Lochnar continues to monologue a little bit and says to the girl, "You possess powers you don't understand. In some worlds, I'm worshipped as a god."
Diddly-doo, diddly-doo, diddly-doo.
Yeah, diddly-doo, diddly-doo, diddly-doo. And we meet Den.
Den's a classic. I love Den.
Den is a really amazing version of John Carter of Mars.
Yeah, I guess so.
And it's exactly that, except for no Confederacy.
Also, it's a short tailor-made for the audience of 15-year-old boys that this movie was created for. Yeah.
So it starts. We meet Dan something. He is a 16-year-old kid. He's a fucking dork. He finds this meteorite and then sticks in his rock collection. He's doing some sort of experiment with lightning. The lightning hits the meteorite, and he is transported to a fantasy world where he's a giant, purple, bald, muscly guy with apparently a dick that is big.
With the inner monologue of John Candy.
Yes.
But the outer monologue of, I don't know, a caveman.
Yeah.
One of the Geico cavemen.
Yeah, he shows up. They're a big titty priestess is about to sacrifice another big titty lady by drowning her in a pool of blood.
To be clear, all the women have the same body in this film.
That is not quite true. There is very little variation. And just assume, I'll probably say it just because I wrote it in my notes a bunch, but just assume anytime a woman is described, it is big titty.
Yeah, it's...
some of them they did rotoscoping. I could not find credits for the people they, had to model off of. But I assume they were all Playboy and penthouse models of like the 1978
Yeah.
to 1981 era, because they all have exactly the body type you would assume from that. So
it's crazy.
It's
embarrassing to watch with a woman. I will put it that way.
It is like, I was halfway through and I was like, is there going to be a single woman that is not this exact type in this? Because I'm not remembering any. No, they are all exactly that type. Yeah, I'm just going to say it. The animation is a little misogynistic.
What? You take that back, motherfucker.
Yeah. So he dives into
that's
the
a
water.
woke mind virus getting to you, Josh. This is what movies used to be.
Yeah, that's true. So he swims away with her into some underwater caves through the blood. And then he gets her out of the water and says, and she's lying there naked. And he says, she had the most beautiful eyes while her eyes are closed on screen, and he is clearly staring at her tits.
Yeah, it's a joke. It's a fun joke.
It's funny. I mean, like, it's one of those, like, look, this is terrible, but all right, you get 5 comedy points just for being that stupid.
By the way, I feel compelled to point out that since it hurts my chest to laugh, a lot of my laugh is going to be girlish giggles, and you're just going to have to deal with that, audience.
Okay, cool. It turns out that she is from Earth too. She's not originally from this planet. Her name's Catherine. And she can't pay him for saving her, but if, anything about her body appeals to him, they can take care of that. And they are about to fuck, except these weird beast guys show up.
And Den remarks on how bad their timing is.
Yeah. They're all weird beast guys, and apparently they're the rebels against the evil priestess lady.
So I think they're all supposed to be different animals, because eventually the one we get to meet a little bit is apparently a gorilla, they point out.
I guess.
The animation's not good. And I would even go so far as to say in this one, the art isn't very good. Like, this
a
was
lot of it
shitty.
is not. Especially once we get to the monster in the caves.
Yeah. The writing in this one is pretty funny, though.
Yeah. So these guys take him to their rebel leader, who is an offensive gay stereotype.
He's fucking hilarious, though.
Den's like, basically, the rebel leader is in a fucking toga lounging bisexually on a throne.
It's true. He's doing the Oscar Isaac in Frankenstein thing.
Yeah. And
honestly, he's fucking great. I don't even know if he's meant to be like a negative stereotype. He's so, I don't know.
It is a real specific stereotype. I'm not sure if it's necessarily intended to be a gay stereotype, but that's a role that is a stereotype you see villains doing through the 20th century of, the weirdly femme,
He's great, though.
So he's trapped Catherine in this glass box.
His line delivery is extremely bored, which I enjoy.
She's not dead. She's just asleep. And Den says, "Give me the girl or die." And he says, just a beautiful line in response. "Well, if I have a choice, I choose death."
Which I've quoted a million times because do X or die is such a common trope.
Yeah.
And my immediate response is always to choose death because of this movie.
I choose death.
In fact, if I was ever faced with that choice in reality, I might be compelled to choose death just because it's become such a common response for me.
So Den tries to shoot him, but the wounds heal immediately.
He's got some regeneration power, some Deadpool shit.
So this guy's name is Ard, and he wants Den to go steal the Lochnar from the priestess, because that's the thing that conveys your power on this planet. Mm-hmm. And the girl is going to remain here as a hostage. So
it's actually a little confusing because the Lochnar gives you the power to summon Ulatek, which is a god, but is the Lochnar and Ulatek the same entity? It's hard to tell. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it.
Just a fun bit of business. The Ulatek is Cthulhu spelled backwards.
Oh, didn't notice that.
Yeah. So they're going to go steal the Lochnar, him and all the beast dudes. They go through some tunnels under the giant fortress and meet a monster.
Dumbest looking monster you've ever seen.
Terrible looking animation, but I do love the fact that Den's talking to the leader of the rebel, or the main gorilla dude, and the gorilla dude is translating from the other guys and says, yeah, they're saying there's this monster down here, and its teeth are 6 inches long. No, sorry, 16 inches long.
Yeah. It's a weird little joke.
Yeah, so, and it is the dumbest looking monster you have ever seen. Like, it seriously looks like it could be on a Sesame Street Muppets show version of a scary monster.
Yeah.
And there's not even like a fight with it. It's
No.
just like a dumb looking thing. And then they're like, oh, let's get out of here.
They cut away, and then it's like chewing on one of them. It's like, what? We didn't even see that happen. Whatever. And then they run up the stairs in the choppiest, dumbest looking animation way you've ever seen. Oh, it's terrible.
So they split up. Den is going to go into the priestess's bedroom. The other guys are going to circle around from the outside. So Den's groping around in the dark, and you can just kind of barely see it. And he sticks his hands right on the priestess's tits. Yeah. And it's pretty funny.
How embarrassing.
Yeah. And the guards are about to kill him, but the queen's like, I don't know, I'll fuck him instead. And her guards are like, again, Jesus Christ.
Her guards are really annoyed by how horny she is all the time.
Yeah. So they go fuck. And while they be fucking, and
by the way, Ben's super stoked because he never gets laid back home. He's got it twice in one day here. He's loving this place.
Yeah, it's great. It's the best place in the world.
Yeah.
She talks about how he's satisfied her so fully he can rule by her side or some such shit.
Oh, Den.
I'm Den. So while they were doing that, the other rebel guys went ahead and stole the Lochnar. Yeah, they steal the Lochnar
because they're loyal to their leader.
Yeah, Den breaks out. He escapes on a weird horse thing. Go back to the sacrificial pool. Just in time to save Catherine because Ard is going to use her as the sacrifice.
Ard is boredly sacrificing her.
Yeah. And then the queen and her troops show up on flying bugs, and she and Ard fight over the Lochnar while this storm is coming in.
If you listen to their audio while they're fighting, it's hilarious because they're just, I don't know, it's hard to describe, but they're like, it's my Lochnar. No, it's my Lochnar. No, give me the Lochnar.
Give me the Lochnar, you dumb bitch.
It's so stupid.
Yeah. And then, because, as you might recall, there was an electricity experiment at the beginning of this chapter, Den is like, hey, I can take care of this problem, and throws a chain at them on a spear, and it's like a lightning rod, and they get electrocuted and, along with the Lochnar, and transported. Probably back to Earth, he says.
Yeah. We can hope.
Which is fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Ard's going to have a great time on Earth.
Oh, yeah. And then he and Catherine fly off to fuck because he has no interest in ruling this fucking planet.
Yeah, she's like, you could take the Lochnar and be a king of these people. And they need a king. They look sad.
Yeah.
After their king and queen have been teleported away.
But he's like, no, I just want a bone.
I just want to bone and be strong.
On Earth, I'm nobody. But here, I'm Den. And it's like heroic music rises.
And every 15-year-old's fucking bedroom fantasy is fulfilled.
Yeah. It's pretty funny. This was also an adaptation of another actual comic. One of the major changes is that in this, Den wears a loincloth where apparently he's balls out the entire time. Yeah.
I feel like Den's a dong hanger. Yeah, I feel like he wouldn't bother with the loincloth, but got to be decent.
You gotta. Okay, moving along. We go to the creatively titled Captain Stern.
This one.
This is kind of the most pointless one.
That's saying something.
It's funny. Yeah, there's a trial. We're on a space station, and the guy who is on trial is Captain Stern. He's all dressed up in, like, I don't know, space admiral shit.
Yeah, he looks kind of like the American Dad main character, or
oh yeah, okay, yeah, big chin,
yeah,
and yeah, kind of dressed like Zap Brannigan.
Zap Brannigan, that's the other thing I was trying to think of. Yeah,
and he is on trial for a couple
of bad
dozen,
stuff,
couple of dozen counts like piracy, murder, fraud, 37 rapes.
Yeah, he's a bad dude.
Fraud, yeah, one moving violation.
That's the worst.
Yeah. And he pleads not guilty.
The sad thing about this one is this is one of my least favorite, but it's arguably got the best animation of all, like the most traditional animation.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of does. It kind of has the most fluid, I guess. Yeah.
It's the most Hanna-Barbera like, we'll put it that way.
Yeah. And Stern, in this instance, is he is voiced by our good friend Eugene Levy.
Yeah.
But he's putting on a weird
That's
voice.
Something we didn't even mention. Like, I guess we mentioned Catherine O'Hara dying, but we've suffered a lot of losses lately from our podcasting career.
Yeah, I think I said that over a text to you. Like,
oh yeah.
I really hope Keanu is fucking watching his back.
Be careful, Keanu.
Because
literally watch your butthole, because they died of the same fucking thing.
Oh yeah, that's true. Fuck. Yeah.
Eat fiber, Keanu. Eat your fiber.
He eats sandwiches on a bench.
Yeah, that's all he eats.
Yeah, and the voice that Levy is doing, and Levy also appears in a bunch of these, but he's never doing what reads to me as a normal Eugene Levy voice. So he's kind of hard to spot. In this one, he kind of sounds like Kyle MacLachlan in 1990.
Yeah, he's doing a real over-the-top, heroic everything about Captain Stern is heroic until you hear his list of charges.
Yeah. So he decides to plead not guilty. And his lawyer's like, I don't know, man. We better throw ourselves on the mercy of the court because we're pretty well fucked here. Yeah. And he's like, I've got an ace in the hole.
I've got an angle.
Yeah. And his angle is this guy named Hanover Fist. Fun name.
You know what's even funner name? Is who voices Hanover Fist.
Is that Roger Bumpass?
That's Roger Bumpass.
Yeah.
That's a good name.
A name that I remember noticing when I watched this movie on VHS. Apparently he's on like SpongeBob and shit.
Oh, good for him.
Like, yeah, he's apparently a big voice actor. And we had actually seen this guy who looks like a fucking goober. Like, he looks like fucking Gomer Pyle or something.
Yeah.
We had seen him a little earlier picking up this green marble on the floor of the space station and sticking it in his pocket. So
he's the current possessor of the Lochnar.
Yeah. So he's going to go on the stand, and Stern has bribed him with 35,000 Zulaks. So he starts testifying about how Captain Stern is the greatest man he's ever known, except for when he dressed up as a nun and sold drugs to kids. Yeah. And he keeps it. It's like, it's doing a fun little thing about how he's like, hey, he's a great guy, except when he fucking stabbed all those children in the preschool prostitution ring. And he starts hulking out, like, you know, kind of growing big and muscly and stuff. And because he's fiddling with the Lochnar on the stand.
He's fidget spinnering the Lochnar.
Yeah. And he hulks out and then, like, you know, basically explodes pretty much. And there's a chase through the space station.
I do have a question. Is this a parody or the origination of the hanging's too good for him? Because I swear I've seen that multiple places. Burning's too good for him.
Yeah, no, this is no, that originates way earlier than this.
I assumed so, but
yeah,
it's what popularized it in my own personal universe.
No, that's that goes back. I've seen that in fucking westerns from like the 50s.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a chase through the space station. Like fucking Hanover Fist is like busting through walls, and
it's a music video.
Yeah, it really is.
Once again, the music does not line up with the original music for this scene. I don't believe, in my brain anyway.
Which songs were in this one? Oh, Cheap Trick, Reach Out.
Yeah, and I could be wrong. My memory's not perfect, but it is a montage of hijinks set to a music video.
Yeah, it's a chase through a fun-looking space station. And we end up finally, Stern's about to get away, but no, he gets cornered. And Hanover Fist, in giant Hulk form, is running down the, tubular hallway towards him. And Stern says, well, you're about to get what's coming to you, Hanover. And hands him 35,000 Zulaks. Yeah. And Hanover Fist says, thanks, boss, and transforms back into a normal guy.
Yeah.
And then Stern hits a lever on the wall and ejects Hanover Fist from the space station.
He spaces him.
He dies in space, and that is it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Bad guy gets away again.
Yep. I don't know. Do we see what happens to the Lochnar in that? Does it? I guess it goes out with him. I don't remember seeing it emphasized when it goes out the space station.
Is this where it cuts to the B-52 one?
B-17, yeah.
B-17. I think it's implied that the B-17s are flying through space and that the Lochnar kind of lands in it.
Oh, I'm not sure I'm not sure I agree with your reading there. I think all this stuff is totally diachronic.
You're probably perfectly logical in saying that, but in my brain it's happening back to back, and I don't.
Yeah, fine.
I think any interpretation is fine.
Yeah,
but I like the idea that it fell out of space and landed in this B-52, which starts off kind of cruising through space. See, when I was a youngster, B-52, B-17, this was my least favorite of the heavy metal vignettes, and now as an adult, I actually like this one a lot more. I don't know why.
I think this could. I could make an argument pretty easily that this is the best of the segments.
Yeah. There was no boobies or swords in it.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's got the least cool quote marks stuff. So, yeah, and it is definitely the scariest.
Yeah, you look at this and oh, so they could have made a decent scary monster on the 10 episode. They just chose not to.
Yeah. So a B-17 is flying through what I interpret as the night.
And on this one, the B-17 is flying to the Don Felder song that I thought was supposed to be.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the intro, at least in the version I watched. So
yeah,
that's what's so confusing is when they actually have the rights to some of the songs, but they move them around.
I think it was maybe also originally on this section.
Okay, they only could use it once, or they limited time because it was a very short amount of time.
Could be. Yeah, that might be the case. Yeah, I don't know. Rights are stupid.
Yeah, they're confusing.
So there's a B-17 flying through the night over the Pacific Theater. I think it's named Pacific Princess or something like that. They're just about to do a bombing run. They're getting shot up by anti-aircraft fire and fighter jets, and we're mainly focused on the pilot and the co-pilot, but we see the guys in the back of the plane getting shot at, and then they finally drop their bombs and are going to escape, and they get shot at a bunch more, and the co-pilot goes back to check on everybody and see how things are, and it turns out Airbud be fucking dead. Yeah,
the animation and art in this one is very good.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about B-17s, but it sure looks like a realistic interior of a B-17.
I mean, I've been in one a couple of times at air shows, and I've seen pictures of the insides, and this seems very accurate to me.
Yeah,
they did a real good job with this, and also just personally, I think one of the weirdest things in the history of the world, like just one of the most singular things, is the World War II heavy bomber mass bombing thing. Like,
yeah, the idea of it
is just such a weird, like the
flying fortress concept.
Yeah, that only happened for a very limited amount of time. It was insane.
I remember reading books about it in high school, and yeah, it's something that'll be like mythologized, I think, as we get further and further from it in history.
Yeah, and just like the European theater, especially when they had, it's actually the plot of a famous book, Catch-22, where, like, you'd be on the crew of a bomber, and once you had done your 30th bombing run, then you'd be retired, sent stateside to train. But the average lifespan of a bomber crewman was something like 18 bombing runs. So it's a truly weird and just insane thing. Send like 15 guys up, let them get shot at. Yeah. So anyway,
just the idea of flak, just chunks of metal flying through the air, perforating your enormous plane. It's something.
Yeah, it's wild. And like, yeah, especially the thing that's always just entranced me and weirded me out about him was the bubble, the remote control like bubble guns on the bottom, where it's just a rotating ball with 4 heavy machine guns in it, and you're upside down shooting shit. Just weird.
Surprising more movies haven't been made about that. I know there have been some, but
there have been some. Memphis Belle.
This one.
Last year, or maybe the year before, there was an HBO mini series called Masters of the Air? Something like that, which had the guy who is going to be playing Case in the Neuromancer show in it. It was one of those, we're doing a slightly different version of Band of Brothers, The Pacific, that type of thing. But it was all about bomber crews in World War II. Anyway, so this guy investigates the back of the plane. Everybody be dead except him and the pilot. And then the Lochnar pursues. He sees a glowing green UFO following the plane, and then it enters the plane, and then all the dead crew members turn into fucking zombies.
Pretty scary zombies, too.
Yeah, they're creepy. The co-pilot, who we've been following primarily at this point, and is kind of the main character of this segment, gets dragged into a belly gun ball and dies.
Great place for a zombie tear apart because you can splash the blood all over the glass. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's real cool. And then the pilot's like, what the fuck? And the zombies are attacking, and he bails out. Whew. Just ahead. They're almost into the cockpit.
That's an iconic scene from the movies when he opens the cockpit door and there's like all the zombies standing there trying to get in. At least it's etched in my mind.
Yeah, me too. So he parachutes down and, thank God, he lands on a fucking island. But then he notices there are a bunch of crashed planes on this island, including Amelia Earhart's plane and like some World War I biplane.
Yeah.
And then zombies rise from the fucking planes. And they attack, and the segment is over.
It's a short but great one.
It fucking rules. I mean, like I said, this one, I could easily on a given day say this was my favorite of them.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's definitely the highest, one of the higher quality ones for sure.
Yeah, and it's this one and then the Harry Canyon one are kind of perfectly calibrated in terms of how much time they take. Like there's neither of them have anything you would cut, really.
Yeah.
I mean, where pretty much all the others are,
and you don't need to add anything either.
Yeah, they're very well calibrated. This doesn't need to be longer than 7 minutes or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So we get to a longer one. It is called So Beautiful, So Dangerous. And we're going to the Pentagon. There's a conference in the Pentagon. This guy we're following says that there really aren't any UFOs or green radiation from space. And the other guys at this table are saying, no, my constituents are growing fucking arms out of their back and turning green and shit. We got to know what's up with why is all this weird shit happening. And as this conference is happening, a giant smiley face cartoon frog looking UFO begins to hover over the Pentagon.
Is this also, has it been revealed yet that the secretary taking notes has a particularly bright green brooch?
Yes, this is right about the time. Like once the spaceship starts hovering over it, she's got a necklace that has the Lochnar on it. Fuck. So then this UFO blows a hole in the roof and sticks a vacuum tube down it.
Yeah, this is after the robot man starts self-destructing. This is a really stupid cartoon.
This one is dumb as hell. It's pretty fun. I mean, but it is dumb as shit. So it sucks up the guy who's given the briefing and saying there isn't any radiation or aliens, and also the secretary. They go through a series of fucking hamster tubes into the ship. He ends up dismembered accidentally. Pretty
He was
fun
an android anyway. He didn't matter.
Yeah. And the robot says, how am I going to fix this guy? He's fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. He's delivered to a robot who's controlling the tube, which I don't know if I mentioned, but yeah. Another John Candy special.
Mm-hmm. And then the girl lands. And we're introduced to the crew of this ship. It is this robot with some big ears, basically.
Yes. It's hard to describe what this guy is.
It really is. He's
about 4 feet tall.
Yeah, mainly a collection of boxes and like kind of Bender from Futurama, like arms and legs.
Yeah, and then like two giant cones on the side of his head.
Yeah.
Not cones, but
Bowls.
cups.
Yeah,
bowls. Yeah.
And then a couple of fucking cokehead aliens.
And apparently a hog somewhere, because you don't see it, but he puts it to use.
Oh, yeah. So we also meet the aliens who are flying it. They are cool guys. Cool. I think that's Eugene Levy and Joe Flaherty, if I remember right.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, John Candy as robot, Joe Flaherty as general.
Clearly Cheech and Chong.
Yeah, it's
inspired.
Oh, wait, no. Harold Ramis is...
that's Harold Ramis, yeah.
So, yeah, and then the lady lands, and then the robot's trying to fuck her. He's like, you want to go back to my room? And she's like, I'm very nervous. And then we see the two alien guys.
Well, it's not like, okay, maybe we're at this point, it's lust, but I think this robot's genuinely falling in love with her.
Yeah, he does. Of course, obviously. He's a robot who fucks.
Oh, by the way, chalk it up, another entry in the list of movies that feature robots you can fuck.
Yeah. And then we cut to the two alien guys using one of those groundskeeper chalk spreading devices, except a sci-fi version.
Yeah.
And they are distributing trails of plutonium Niborg.
Yeah, baby. That's
and
the
then
good stuff.
They fucking rail it. Speaking of which, Eric, we got any of that plutonium Niborg back there?
Only one bag, man. The bag is a trash bag.
Yeah, it is exactly like a groundskeeper's. Fucking, we're laying out new baselines.
You think that's enough? No, man, let's go for broke.
Go for broke, a whole bag. And then we get a cool trippy sequence of them flying through space to a Nazareth song.
Yeah, which I don't know if it's the right song, but it was a Nazareth song.
I think it is. Okay. Or at least it's the one that I remember. And it is the song that I always think of as being somebody listened to Dark Side of the Moon and said, I want to try that.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like Pink Floyd should go here.
Yeah, it really does. There are like little musical motifs in it where you're like, oh, is Breathe starting? Oh no, okay. But
no, Roger Waters was far too stuck up his own ass to license his music to this film.
Yeah, in 1983.
Yeah,
or 1981. Yeah. So it's a cool, like all the ship flying through space and like, I don't know, warping or whatever is very cool looking. And the ship is also a fun design.
Yeah.
So then we go back to the robot who has fucked the lady in his complete fuckpad bedroom.
Yeah. He's a fuckboy robot.
Yeah. And she says she's got a boyfriend on Earth and she feels a little guilty. And he says, well, I mean, that's common. Earth women who experience sexual ecstasy with mechanical assistance always feel guilty.
Haha.
Yeah. The voyage continues. Robot proposes. She initially rejects him.
It comes around to the
saying
end.
that mixed marriages just don't work. But she does come around and says she wants a Jewish wedding.
It's actually kind of a funny back
Yeah.
and forth rom-com argument that they're having. It's so dumb.
Yeah, it is. And like, I could easily see this being a whole segment, but instead it's just little bits and pieces of, they just wanted to draw some shit flying through space and some aliens doing coke. I mean, that's all this was. It's fucking weird. But
nice to see some Jewish representation.
Yeah. He doesn't know if he's circumcised. So they get to the space station, and now the Hagar kicks in.
Yeah.
Fucking call it heavy metal. And they're trying to fly into the space station, and the two coked out aliens are having a little trouble, but the one says, if there's one thing I know, it's how to drive when I'm stoned.
How to drive when I'm stoned. Another thing that many people said over the course of years afterwards.
It's like, you know, your perspective's fucked, but you just got to let your hands work the controls as if you're straight.
I think I said some variation of that about how to play pool while I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Many times over the years.
Yeah. I have used that line. I mean, it's not as common as I never drive faster than I can see, but and they have a mild crash landing. And
end of the episode by saying, it's good Niborg, man.
Good Niborg, man. And they're exactly Cheech and Chong, and it's just kind of a funny little thing.
Yeah.
So then we go back to the house. Remember, from the beginning with the girl and the Lochnar?
Ooh.
And the Lochnar monologues some more. I'm not sure if the girl actually says any words, now that I think about it, after her dad dies.
No, she just screams a lot. Maybe at the very end, but even then I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Anyway, the Lochnar says, I chose you because you are the future who could destroy me. With your death, I break the chain for all time. And we start the longest segment, Tarna.
Yeah. It seems like this might have been what they wanted the whole movie to be at one point, but ran out of money or ideas. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was always intended as an anthology thing, but this is the one that really feels like it could be its own movie pretty easily. With
quite a bit of work. Because it's not my favorite of the pieces, let me put it that way.
No, hard to. I would not put this down as one of my favorites, but
I think that's mainly due to, I feel like they were stretching it out. Like it goes too long. It, like we were saying earlier, it has some chunks you could quite easily cut out.
Yeah.
Or alternately, you could add something, but you would need to add something of consequence.
Yeah.
So much of it is just like
flying
around.
Yeah. So we see the Lochnar as a glowing green meteorite crash into an alien planet. This one, I think maybe this one they spent the most on the animation and art.
Yeah, this one looks like the movies of the time.
Yeah, it's way more way more expensive looking.
Yeah.
And there's another one that was is based on a series in Heavy Metal by Mobius,
Right.
which you can tell from the water pipes being all over the place.
He loves them.
He loves to throw fucking pipes on shit. So this meteorite crashes. We see a bunch of people watch it crash into this mountain. All these people, including a guy with a cool mechanical arm.
In a red coat. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, they're all climbing up to figure out what's going on with it. And then the mountain erupts with green shit. And they all turn into fucking mutants. And this guy's now fucking green and has horns and is cool, I guess.
I guess. 1981, cool, sure.
Yeah. And he stands up out of the green muck and he says, "Death, death, death to all us who oppose us." And
so I guess they're just being controlled by the Loc-Nar. The Loc-Nar is very Crystal Shard-like in this episode.
Yeah,
if you think about it.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, they went from normal people to these mutants who are just an army trying to destroy civilization.
Yeah.
So they
This
do
is
that.
a little bit cyberpunk. He's got a cyber arm.
Yeah. Yeah, they go ahead and try to destroy civilization to the tune of Black Sabbath's Mob Rules.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
It's maybe the best integrated song to animation sequence.
Maybe.
Yeah.
With the exception of the original intro, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's cool. And hey, shout out to Alien Earth. This is our second usage of Mob Rules in a year.
Not something we would have ever expected when starting this podcast.
No, not really. I mean, because I've always liked Mob Rules. It's I'm not a huge Dio era Sabbath fan. I like some songs, but it's weird that this has been getting play.
Yeah.
It's kind of odd. Anyway, the mutants all raid the Capitol to kill this High Council. And the High Council is locked in their big fancy place while all their citizens get slaughtered outside with flamethrowers and fucking arrows and shit.
The High Council and their door boy.
Yes, their door boy. The council is waiting on the warrior race of Tarak the Defender to help them. But the problem is, because they had a long, we're the scientists and philosophers, so we can't fight back. It has to be the warrior race with whom we made a deal or a pact 1,000 years ago. But unfortunately, the warrior race seems to be dead.
A lot of the lore of this feels like about as much thought went into it as a mid-'80s power metal concept album. Yeah,
this could be a Sabaton song.
Yeah. I don't know. Sabaton might put a little more thought into it.
Maybe. It could be a Man-O-War song.
There you go, Man-O-War. Yeah.
But one still lives. She is Tarna, the last of the blood. And then the mutants roll out a giant Grand-style battering ram to bust down the door. The council goes ahead and does a psychic chant of Tarna, Tarna. And the mutants break down the door and kill everybody.
They kill the door boy particularly brutally. You watch him expire on film. You feel bad for the kid. Looks like he's there representing the Lollipop Guild, and then you see his pupils dilate as he breathes his last.
Yeah. So we cut to a distant landscape and a cloaked figure riding what seems to be a gigantic baby bird pterodactyl thing.
Featherless chicken? Yeah, something.
Yeah, it's got baby bird head.
Yeah, it's like a mutant chocobo.
Yeah. We're flying through a giant skeleton into a big underground mechanical station, and the figure dismounts and disrobes right by this big fountain, and it turns out it is another lady with huge tits.
What a shock.
Yeah, this is Tarna. She also has silver hair.
She's actually,
but more importantly, enormous tits.
She's actually very cool looking. Mm-hmm. Silver hair, silver pubes, purple eyeshadow is her only real mark of color.
Yeah.
I mean, the look of Tarna, even once she gets geared up, is iconic. It's that's why they put her on the cover.
Yeah, exactly. So she steps into the fountain and then gets dressed in this fucking bondage gear over an extraordinarily long time.
Yeah.
Like
it very slowly and sensuously gets dressed.
Yeah, they realize at a certain point, shit, we really needed to hit 90 minutes. We're 4 minutes short. What if we put more titties on screen?
Yeah, that's
Where
a good
can we do
idea.
it? Right here.
That's a good idea. A dozen other rail off a toilet seat next to RFK Jr.
Yeah. She pulls a sword out of the ground, and then there's a voiceover that talks about how, once the pact was to protect, but now there's nothing left to protect, so it becomes vengeance. And she holds up this sword, and there's like a He-Man lightning strike scenario happening.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. So she heads to the city with the council in it, and everybody dead. She finds a medallion that we saw on the head mutant and a couple other people earlier, and it's a clue. So she flies off on her fucking pterodactyl thing to a wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Classic.
Where not Devo is playing Through Being Cool. There's a band on stage, and they're playing clearly the Devo song Through Being Cool.
Yeah.
However, this is I can easily imagine in my mind how an animator might look at Devo and go, "Oh, this is perfect. This is easy." This band is very specifically not Devo. Like, none of these guys look anything like they've ever been a member of Devo. But it is, Through Being Cool is a cool song.
Yeah.
And it's a fun little bit.
That's great.
So, yeah, she also, the evil mutants also have these bat creatures they fly around on, and she sees the medallion on one of them. But she goes in this bar, a couple of mutants try to fight her, and she chops their fucking heads off, shows the medallion.
I will say, give one thing for this world. It is equal parts sci-fi, Western, cyberpunk. It's unique world building they've done here.
They threw everything into the pot, and they got a stew going.
Yeah, it's a stew, all right.
Yeah.
Special ingredient or main ingredient, titties.
Today. She shows the medallion to the bartender. He says, "Oh, over that way, towards the green glow. That's where they came from, or maybe where they all are. I don't remember the line. Doesn't matter." She flies. She gets captured in a net with her bird thing, and we see for, I think, the first time, there's a tattoo on her neck, which indicates that she is a Tarakian.
Yeah.
And it's like it's
not a Mandalorian, though.
It
similar.
is weirdly close to, the whatever the fuck that's called on Boba Fett's
Mandalorian blood demon thing.
Yeah, that. So then she's taken to the mutant throne room, which has dog-sized rats.
Yeah, I love those dog-sized rats. They're cool.
Yeah.
I just love the bad guy of this. He's weird looking.
Yeah, he's weird looking. He has her tied up to like this rack thing, and of course naked. Obviously,
of course.
Match. Like what?
We're not going to get her naked again.
She's naked and her tits are out. Just assume.
Yeah. Even when she's clothed, she's barely clothed.
Yeah. So he goes ahead and hits her with a whip a few times.
This scene's confusing. He whips her, and then it cuts to her being in a hole. Who cares?
Dumped in a giant pit.
Yeah.
And the mutants are going to kill her bird thing, but it gets away and rescues her from the pit. And then the bats are in pursuit with all the mutants on them, and the bird gets hit by a crossbow bolt
in the neck.
And falls from the sky, and she comforts it on the ground. And then the head mutant arrives, throws a spinny blade on his cyber arm.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And they do a fight, and she's losing right up until the bird helps by biting his leg off just about.
Good bird.
Yeah.
This bird saved her ass a couple times.
Yeah. And he's like, "This time you die, Tarakian bitch." And she's like, "No, my bird helped me. You die." And, buries the spinny blade in his chest.
Yeah. Killed by his own cyber arm.
Yeah. She climbs on the bird just as the Lochnar Mountain erupts, and she flies into the green glow with her sword over her head, and we hear the Lochnar voiceover that says, "Tarna, do not sacrifice yourself. You cannot destroy me." And then she does exactly that with the sword lightning, and I guess dies fighting a green glow. I
guess.
So, back to the house. The Loc-Nar's freaking out, man. Apparently that was taking place in this time.
Yeah, it was, you know what? Let's not worry about it.
Yeah. The Loc-Nar's like glowing and like there are black flashes and stuff like that. It's kind of cool. The girl runs away, runs out of the house into the field, and then we see the model of a house explode. It's the only non-animated thing in the entire movie.
Pretty obviously not animated, yeah.
Yeah. They didn't have time, I guess.
So they blew up a model.
Yeah, they blew up a model. So she's in the field. She survived. What now? Oh, shit. A fucking bird thing arrives.
She gets her own chocobo.
She climbs on. Her hair turns silver. The neck tattoo appears. And the voiceover from the beginning returns and says, "The power of evil is contained for another generation, and a new Tarakian is born to protect the next."
Sometimes, when your astronaut dad gets home from space in a 67 Corvette and you turn
59.
into a secret race of warriors from another planet and fly away on your chocobo, that just be life.
Yeah, and then you listen to Devo's cover of "Working in a Coal Mine" over the credits.
That just be life sometimes.
It do. And the credits on this are fun, where it's just like in sequence. Like every 5 minutes, they just took a screenshot of what was going on in the movie. Yeah, and that's heavy metal, man.
That is heavy metal, man. Like we said at the beginning, not good, but not a bad way to spend 90 minutes. Kind of like this podcast.
Yeah. I am almost certain there is no reason. I don't expect I will feel the need to rewatch this movie in the next decade or so.
No.
And I'll be fine. I'll be fine if I never see it again. But if I was with somebody and they were like, "Hey, heavy metal is showing at the theater," and wanted to go, I'd be like, "Yeah, I could do that. Sure, why not?"
Right. You're at a party getting drunk and somebody slaps it in. I'm probably going to sit on the couch and watch a few scenes for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's just one of those vibe movies, and
it really is. It's not good, but it's kind of great.
Yeah, it's good if you're a 15-year-old kid. Give it if you have a 15-year-old son, get this film in his hands.
And
wait, you can't give it to him.
Door has a lock.
Yeah, make sure his door has a lock. But he has to find it. You have to surreptitiously leave it somewhere.
Yeah, good idea.
So that's part of the adventure. It does have a sequel, Heavy Metal 2000, which I don't know. It's kind of looks cyberpunk from the screenshots I'm seeing.
I think it might be more cyberpunk. I honestly don't know. I saw that literally once.
Never saw it. Have no
when
idea.
It came out. Yeah, I watched it in your house, but that doesn't mean anything.
No, there's a lot of things are going on in my house that I had no idea about.
But the important thing was going on in a car outside your house.
Okay.
I was making a joke about Chris jerking off in his car.
Okay, yeah, that did happen a lot.
Okay, would you like to hear a little bit about this movie in terms of financial? And,
please.
Yeah. So this cost $9.3 million. And
that
made
seems like not much.
Yeah, not very much, but also 81 is not,
That's true, yeah.
And also it was made in Canada, so that helps. I don't know what that is in Canadian dollars, but I think American bucks went a little further back then. And it made $20.1 million, so pretty good sized financial success for the time. It came out wide on the weekend of August 7, 1981, which is a banger fucking weekend. It's not quite as good as 1982's weekend where fucking
the
E.T.,
Thing and
Blade Runner, The Thing. Yeah. But Heavy Metal opened at number 3, making $5 million that weekend.
I mean, that's most of its budget, so.
Yeah, it did pretty good. Number 1 is, I think, it might be the most successful movie of the year, directed by Steven Spielberg, Raiders of the Lost Ark in its third week.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. Number two.
One day I'm going to watch that.
Number two is a movie that I know you have watched. In fact, we have watched it together.
Okay.
We've watched it together in 1997 when it was re-released.
Would that be Return of the Jedi?
The Empire Strikes Back in its second week.
Okay.
Yeah. It made $6 billion this weekend.
Congrats.
Number three, heavy metal. Something called Tarzan the Ape Man.
When you consider what it was up against, it's hard to fault heavy metal when it's up against those two juggernauts.
Yeah, when fucking Star Wars and Raiders are both in their first month of release.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to keep being, I think both of those will remain in the top 10 possibly through the end of the year.
Yeah. What was the fourth one? Ape People?
Tarzan the Ape Man.
Oh, wow. So steep drop off from number three.
It is in its third week. It made $5.1 million. Actually,
really just get eyes on anything back in the day, couldn't you?
I remember the cover of this, but I don't know if I ever saw it. Richard Harris is in. Oh, and Bo Derek. Okay, Jesus Christ.
Wow.
So number 5, Arthur.
Oh, classic.
Yeah, classic. Number 6, Stripes.
Classic.
Yeah. Number 7, Superman 2.
Okay.
Number 8, something called Under the Rainbow, which I don't know anything about.
Never heard of
it. I recognize the poster. Then number 9, Endless Love. Never heard of that. Number 10,
Wait, Endless
Blowout.
Love. I think I have. Hold on, I gotta look. Endless Love. Oh, never mind. That's the wrong year. Go ahead. Yeah.
Blowout, which is a great fucking John Travolta movie directed by Brian De Palma.
Oh God, the tagline for Endless Love is "She is 15, he is 17. The love every parent fears."
Okay,
it's not good.
Yeah, not ideal.
Starring Brooke Shields. Oh, she had a rough early time of it.
That makes all the sense in the world now that you say that.
Yeah. It's got Ian Ziering. Anyway.
Ooh. What was he? Fucking 8?
He's had to have been pretty fucking young, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Number 10, Blowout. Nancy Allen, John Travolta, directed by Brian De Palma. It's a great fucking movie.
Okay.
Movie sound guy witnesses a murder. And then just jumping ahead a little bit to the other big ones. Number 13, Cannonball Run, baby. Classic. Burt Reynolds having fun.
Which I recently learned people are doing cannonball runs now across America, which is sick.
It was always has been, like since before the movie came out.
It's never stopped happening?
No.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, happens every year.
I saw a Reddit post from an Irish guy saying, I'm doing a cannonball run across America. What's there to do in Kansas City? And it's like, I didn't know that was still a thing.
Yeah, it's not, it doesn't come up in the news terribly often because, it's highly illegal.
It's illegal, yeah.
But yeah, if you go on the right automotive sites, you hear about it every year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And number 14, related directly to this movie, in its first week, I guess. Yeah, first week, Cheech and Chong's Nice Dreams.
One of their better ones.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
All right. All that leaves is for us to rate it. So,
hey, what before we get into our stupid fake numbers, what are our favorites of just the segments?
I would say the most cyberpunk one was obviously the
Harry
Canyon, yeah.
Yeah.
And I would lean towards that one, but I really, as an adult, I really enjoyed the B-17.
Yeah.
one. It was just some of the best art and animation, and it was genuinely, it evokes a creepy, it's not like jump scare scary, but it is a creepy thing to watch, which is fun.
Yeah. I think we are on exactly the same page as far as those two go. Like, B-17 might be my favorite, but Harry Canyon would be right up next to it, a half step down, and tomorrow I might feel reversed.
And if they put a little more effort into the animation on Harry Canyon, it could have won. It's really bad looking at times.
Yeah.
And I love me some Den. I'm sorry.
Den is, I don't know. Maybe it's just our specific context for it.
Yeah.
But I do have a soft spot in my heart for it.
It's just got some classic line delivery that has always made
I
me
choose
laugh.
death.
It's great. Story. So there's a bunch of stories. Let's just like as a storytelling device, heavy metal. Some are stronger than others, but overall, I think it does a pretty good job of telling the stories it's trying to tell.
Yeah, I think some of them are better than others by a good margin, but none of them like way overstay their welcome.
Yeah, I think I'd hit it with a 6. Like,
yeah, I think that's probably right where I'd put it too. Just and I'm sure because this is us and this subject, I'm sure a bunch of that is just our nostalgia kicking in
a
and
lot of this
papering over holes.
Yeah, for sure. Nostalgia plays a huge part. Like if somebody watched this movie today, they're going to think we're crazy for even giving half a fuck about what we're talking about. But
yeah,
come on, we were 15 when we watched this, and it etched into our brains.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going to play fucking Veteran of the Psychic Wars, I'm there, okay?
Right. Oh, and like when we're talking about favorites, I still say the intro with the original music, one of the best opening credit sequences of all time.
It kind of doesn't count as one of the segments,
right?
Just because there's sort of nothing to it, but man, there is a lot to it.
It's like
it looks so fucking cool.
When you see that fucking Corvette lowering out of the space shuttle, like that's the last thing you expect to see if you're going in blind, and you see a traditional space shuttle and then a Corvette convertible. Like it's a convertible in space.
Yeah. And then it fucking burns through the atmosphere, and the astronaut uses the windshield wiper to wipe the soot off the windshield.
It's
cool.
A truly glorious opening credit sequence.
Yeah.
So, influence of heavy metal. I think it's bigger than none. Like obviously we've got Fifth Element, but I think there's even more than that. So
I think I can't help but think that this movie, even if it's not obvious, I think this movie hugely influenced tons and tons of people of our age and a little older, not necessarily in, like art style or anything like that, but just holy shit, you can do adult cartoons?
Yeah,
like,
you can get or adult comics. I think the magazine kind of blends in with the movie influence too. It's kind of hard to separate the two, but I think the two of them together were hugely influential to our particular generation.
Yeah.
I think it would be hard to deny. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it at I'm going to hit it an 8.5.
Okay. I was going to go 7.5, but yeah.
That's fair. Prescience, that one's kind of tough to rate. Let's pick the most cyberpunk of the stories and just go with it.
Yeah.
And they didn't get the towers going down. That was
it. I mean, maybe they'll be rebuilt in the next 5 years. See, cops requiring $1,000 a day for an investigation. That seems around the fucking corner.
It's pretty good.
Bitching about illegal aliens. That's pretty
definitely happening.
Pretty prescient.
Disintegration beams in cabs. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I don't think it's very prescient. I'm gonna do 3.
No. I'll say 4. I don't know.
Style. It's all over the place. It's almost all style. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. That's an interesting. Like, how do we quantify that?
Here's my thought. If they had gone all out on the animation and like really nailed it, even if everything else had stayed the same, if it got the remaster you were talking about in the beginning, I would probably give it a 9 or a 10 on style. But I'm going to dock it because although some of the art is really good, some of the animation is so bad.
Yeah.
That I think I'm going to hit it at an 8.
I think that's actually I think that's a perfect rating, and your justification makes a lot of sense.
Because I think in a perfect version of this, it would be nothing but style. I mean, that's what sucked us in as kids, right?
Yeah.
And then hand raisers 1 to 5. This is actually kind of tough because it's not good.
It's not good, but it is kind of great. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3. Just like that's what popped into my head. You should see it once at least, and if you can go back in time and see it that one time when you're 15
and really horny. Yeah.
And horned. So fucking horned.
It's going to be a lot better if you do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go 3.5.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. Most of that's nostalgia, but that's kind of what we do here.
Yeah.
So we'll see about Heavy Metal 2000 and if we ever get around to covering that, because it's probably going to come in a lot lower, although probably be pretty similar quality wise.
I remember not liking it that much, but it does have an ICP song on the soundtrack. So there we go.
Oh, well, that's a winner. We should do a Big Money Hustlers someday. As a Patreon app or something.
What about Big Money Rustlers?
Yeah, got to do them both.
Yeah, got to complete the duology.
All right, thanks for hanging out with us for this not very cyberpunk, I don't know, self-indulgent nostalgia romp for us, and hopefully for a couple of you.
Yeah, I assume, I think at least some of the people who listen to us have seen this movie and probably feel mixed fondly about it.
Yeah. I think it's the type of movie that will be discovered by 15-year-olds eternally. I don't know. It's different now that anime is so popular and adult animation is so easy to come by, but it definitely wasn't when we were teens. But...
Well, and I think this is one of those movies where it floats in and out of streaming services.
Yeah.
And is just randomly available or not available for years at a time. So
yeah, wish I could have seen it with the original music. I would have made it even better. But let's see. Next week we're doing something. It's kind of a big one in the cyberpunk universe. I feel like, or at least we're getting started on it.
Yeah, and we're kind of continuing to mix it up. We're not just doing another fucking movie.
Yeah,
or even another fucking book. We are doing a goddamn comic book.
Comic
for
book.
Kids.
For youths, except it's not. Yeah. We're doing Transmetropolitan, the 1997 comic series, and we're starting with the first volume.
Yes, which is the first 6 issues. You can, if you're into physical media, man, you can find these at a lot of used bookstores for a couple of bucks. The first volume is called Back on the Street, and it's the first 6 issues of the book. You can also purchase it issue by issue through various online comics retailers, and you can find it, quote marks, other places on the internet.
Yeah, there's lots of trucks driving this around on the internet, and things fall off trucks.
Things fall off the back. It is about a journalist in the cyberpunk future, much in the model of
Hunter S. Thompson?
Yeah, sorry, I got distracted. The dog is making a real weird fucking noise.
Okay.
Yes, in the model of Hunter S. Thompson. There's politics, there's body modification, there's bowel disruptor.
This is one of those things that I think flies under the radar of cyberpunk culture, but for people who are really into the genre, I've heard it as a top level part of cyberpunk stuff.
Yeah, it's been many years since I read it, but it is. I remember it as being really good, pretty fucking cyberpunk, and there's a reason that Spider Jerusalem, the main character, is he is a cyberpunk lookbook all his own.
Also, I've never really read a comic book, so this will be exciting for me to experience publicly with our listeners. So
yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
All right. Hope some of you are able. Hope we didn't bite off too much, and some of you are able to join us with that if you aren't familiar with the series. So,
and just so you know, guys, comics wise, each issue of a comic book will probably not take you very long to read. This is not we're not throwing a fucking 300-page novel at you.
no, it's about an hour's worth of reading, probably total. That's my guess.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's next week. Until then, we haven't plugged much in a long time. We have a Patreon. We're overdue. We were supposed to record something this week, but the plague got us. And the death of one of our heroes and best friends.
Yeah.
So hopefully soon we'll get something on the Patreon, but it's patreon.com/hightechlowlife. Also, we have a Discord. If you're cool, come join us in it. It's in the Astronomica Discord server, which you can find at astronomicapodcast.com. Head over to their server. They'll greet you, and then you'll say, I'm here for High Tech Low Life. And then everybody will boo and throw fruit at you, but point at you where to go.
Yeah.
And then we'll welcome you with open arms.
With open arms. Just like the Journey song from Harry Canyon, baby.
You can crash on our couch, and then we'll go to bed, and then like you can come in and
fat titties.
You'll ask
and your red bush.
It's exactly how it's gone every time anybody's joined the Discord. Ask them, they'll tell you. So we look forward to you joining that group. All right. Until then, do you got a quote for us?
Give me the girl or die. Well, if I have a choice, I choose death.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
This has been the High Tech Low Life podcast. Find us on Bluesky at High Tech Low Life. Email us at hightechlowlifepodcast@gmail.com and find us on Patreon at patreon.com/hightechlowlife. Theme music by Nihilor at nihilor.com. Thank you for listening.
Keep it moving. Come on, what are you waiting on? Let's go.
They're trashing our rights, man! They're trashing the fluid data! They're trashing! Hide the planet!
Shut up and get in the car.
My stories are almost over. I have chosen you because you are the future who could destroy me. With your death, I break the chain for all time. Look into me one final time. See my evil destroy your race. Then prepare to die.